Welcome back to algebravideos.com. Here we have a problem with some parentheses. So we got a number, an x, some parentheses, and some more numbers. And we want to solve for x. So the only thing that's different here is some parentheses. Hopefully that won't throw us too much. And I, as your teacher, am going to show you how to work these problems. This one is pretty easy. We just have to not let these big words scare us. So linear equations is the kind of problem we're working on. You don't need to know that. You don't need to use it in any way. It's utterly worthless. And that's why we have the shark and the dinosaur here, just to remind you that you don't need to know these big scary words. In math, all you need to do is work the problems. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So we have parentheses. So the only thing you have to remember when you have parentheses is that you do parentheses first. Parentheses come first in the order of operations. Unless you have exponents, but we don't have any exponents here. I can't simplify what's inside the parentheses. I would if I could. So instead, I'm just going to move to the next step. And that is multiplying through. So we'll get rid of this 4. We'll multiply the 4 through all the terms inside the parentheses. And we'll get rid of the parentheses in that way. So let's do that. 4 times x is 4x. Plus 4 times 1 is 4. That's it. That was quick and uneventful. 4 times x is 4x. That's the first term. Plus 4 times 1 is 4. And the rest of this equation, I'm just going to rewrite it as is with no changes. So minus 4 and 16, just going to bring those down. Let's look over here on the left side, see if there's anything else we can combine or simplify. We've got 4x plus 4 minus 4. Well, this plus 4 minus 4, that is going to simplify to 0, right? Plus 4 minus 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So let me rewrite this equation. We'll just simplify that part of it. 4x doesn't change. But plus 4 and minus 4, that's 0. So I'm just going to rewrite 0. And that is equal to, on the right side, 16. I think we can simplify this again. We'll just get rid of the 0, right? So let's just rewrite this again without the 0. 4x equals 16. How do we get rid of the 4? We're almost there, right? We've just got 4x equals 16. We only have one last step. I'm going to make use of that rule in math that says we can do anything we want to either side of an equation as long as we do the same thing to both sides of the equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides of this equation by the same thing, and that thing I choose to divide by is the number 4. And here's the reason. This 4 divided by 4 will then simplify to 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I'm just going to rewrite that as a 1. And then the x is unchanged. It's going to stay right there. So I'm just going to bring down the x. So 4x over 4 is the same as 1x. 4x divided by 4 is 1x. And then that equals, on the right side, 16 divided by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. That's it. 1x equals 4. So now we'll just simplify this term and just say x equals 4. And I will write a rectangle around that just to show that's our final answer. X equals 4. We're done. We don't have to go any further. But if you want to make absolutely sure that you got the right answer, rather than waiting for your test to come back, you can take your solution of x equals 4 and plug it back into the original equation. And if both sides are equal, when you simplify, you'll know that x equals 4 was the correct solution. So you don't have to do this. This is an optional step, but let's do it. I'm going to rewrite our original equation over here on the right. And wherever there's an x, like right there, we're going to plug in the number 4. And if both sides stay equal, then we know we got the right solution. So here we go. Let's rewrite this. 4, and then open parentheses, and I'll close the parentheses over here. And then the term in the middle in the parentheses is x plus 1. But we're plugging in the number 4 for x. So instead of x, we're going to plug in the number 4, and then plus 1. And then outside the parentheses, minus 4. I'm just bringing this term down. And that equals 16. I'm just bringing this term down. So we always do what's inside the parentheses first. So I'll just rewrite this as 4. And then here's the parentheses. And then what goes inside the parentheses? 4 plus 1. That is 5. So now the parentheses term is simplified to just 5. And then I'll rewrite everything else unchanged, bringing down the 4 and bringing down the 16. Of course, when I say bringing down the 4, it's a negative 4. Now, simplifying again on the left side, 4 times 5 is 20, because you got 4 times something in the parentheses there, so it's a multiplication. 4 times 5 is 20, and then minus 4, I'm just rewriting that. And on the right side, that equals 16. And I'm just rewriting that. Now simplifying again on the left side. 20 minus 4, that is 16. And the right side just stays the same at 16. So we got two numbers that equal each other. When we plugged in our solution of x equals 4 into the original equation, it held true. We got these two numbers that were equal. So that means that our solution of x equals 4 was correct. And I am going to give us an A+.
Thumbs up and subscribe. For more videos like this, check out algebravideos.com.